This is Swamp and Stomp. Figuring this shit out. We have no clue what we are doing. This was a disaster. Alright, I think that's enough tape, dude. But we got a gator.
We got him.
We got a gator. Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Mark again, and welcome back to the Swamp and Stomp YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how my very first gator hunt went. Now I should mention before this video gets started that all four of the people involved in this hunt had no clue what they were doing. I mean, we were all brand new to this. This all started out because my buddy Dom, who's in the video, said that he wanted to get into gator hunting. And I was like, you know what, so do I. So let's apply for tags. So a bunch of us applied for tags, and of course the guy that's never done any kind of hunting before gets tags. So he's been out a couple times already, and they have struck out. They haven't managed to get a gator to the bank stick, and so he still has 2 tags to fill, and then comes the last weekend. So a few days before the last weekend, he calls me and he's like, "Man, I can't get these tags filled. Do you want to help me fill them?" And I'm like, "Well, I've never gator hunted either, but I've spent a lot of time around gators. I've accidentally hooked gators while I'm fishing, and I felt pretty confident about how to go about doing it." So my basic plan was we'd go to the STAs where we have the tags. We would drive around on the levees and find gators in the canals. Then we would use some heavy-duty fishing rods, something you'd use for like a tarpon, and cast a relatively small, like a 7/0 treble hook over its back, set the hook on it, and generally speaking what a gator will do is if you don't pull on it after you've hooked it, it'll just swim to the bottom of the canal and sit there. So you can use the line from the fishing rod as like a locator. So once we had them sitting on the bottom, the idea was we would launch the kayaks, canoes, whatever we were fishing out of or hunting out of, into the water, go over top of them until we had that line going straight up and down. Then we would use a hand line, which had like a really big treble hook on the end, to try and snag into them. And once we had that in, the idea is that we'd have a lot more control because that was a pretty strong connection point. So we had a few different hand lines with us. We had a harpoon with us, and we just brought all kinds of things with us to try and figure out how to do this. But regardless, this levee situation wasn't really working for us, so we decided to take a new approach. And there's a couple canals that run through the middle of the cells that you can't get to from the levee. So we decided to check those out by launching the canoe and the john boat and paddling through these canals in search of gators. And pretty quickly, after about 15 minutes of cruising through this canal, Dom managed to get hooked up on a gator. So we got over there, and the gator had pretty much like sat down in the middle of the canal on the bottom, just like I figured that it would. So I got the hand line out, and I started, if this was the fishing line, I was throwing the hand line, across it, trying to figure out which way the gator was laying. Until finally, I was pulling it in, and I felt a little something. I set the hook as hard as I could, and the gator went crazy. Oh shit! That's just cool. Give me that fucking harpoon. Wait, actually, no. I'm gonna try. I can't do this and harpoon. He's like trying to turn around.
This is when we found out what the Florida sleigh ride is all about. This thing dragged us all up and down that canal for a while, and I basically just kept slowly lifting it to the surface. And then it would freak out, and I would let it go back down. I would lift it and let it freak out, just to tire it out. The whole time trying to make sure that it didn't get its head above water so that it could take another breath.
In the head, he's trying to bite. Look at that.
Yeah, if you see his head come up, fucking nail him.
As we pull it to the surface, we realize that we're hooked into the tail, which means that every time that we're pulling it to the surface, that head is pointed straight down, and so there's no way to get a bang stick to it to finish him off. So we decided that we needed to get a hold of the front end of the gator so that we could lift him up like from both sides and keep him level. That way his head would be flat and we could get the bang stick on it. So we tried lifting it up and stabbing it with a harpoon.
Is that really good in there?
Oh yeah, this thing ain't coming out. Or I mean, I don't want to say that, but I'm giving.
Like I'm trying to see where to stab him, and I'm not really seeing the header at all.
His head straight down. Oh, he doesn't like me. All right, he's coming up.
He's coming up.
Did you get it in?
No.
You gotta stab it harder than that, boy.
I mean, it went in. I felt it go in.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. What do we got there? Is that a tail? That's still tail.
This is his tail right here.
Turns out gator skin's incredibly thick and you have to stab it really freaking hard. So that wasn't working out. So finally, I handed off the hand line to someone else, and I had a second hand line. But this hand line didn't have a treble hook on it. It actually had this giant J hook. I don't even know where the hell I got this thing, but I've had it for years, and I decided to make a hand line out of it. So I started throwing that, dragging it slowly, and I felt some weight. I set the hook on this thing, and I figured this hook was so big that I had to like pull it as hard and just keep setting that hook over and over again to try and dig that through that thick skin of theirs. And I did just that. I set the hook and I just started yanking on this thing, and I pulled the gator's head right to the surface.
Yeah. All right. Oh shit. Oh shit, motherfucker! I snagged him in the fucking mouth. I snagged him in the fucking mouth. What the fuck? Okay, I can't see very well. He's always gonna be facing you guys. You guys are gonna have to bang stick him.
Okay. Yeah, Dill. Bang stick him. Here, give me that, Dill. Yep.
Mark.
I think he's ready.
Mark.
I mean, he's very calm. But make sure you get this on cams.
It is.
Alright, so we, let's see, I take the first safety off.
How the hell did I manage
Yeah, you gotta
this?
take the pin out.
Yeah, and then that's the second safety. First safety.
Is there any way we can kind
Can
of
you
roll
push
him to
us?
control him?
I think you hooking in the mouth is kind of a bad thing, because now he won't come up tough.
I know, it's kind of hard to...
Can
What
we
do you
pull him
mean?
up by the ass now?
Yeah, if you can pull up by the tail and flatten him
Which
out,
one's the,
that's the tail.
Okay. Alright, I'm pulling this up
We
now.
have several things in there?
We have 3 in him now. So we got control of this situation now. So yeah.
Dom's like a puppet master over here.
Let go of the harpoon.
You can't breathe now, which is not cool.
No, you're good. Okay.
Alright, Dill.
Still won't pull him up now? You're good, right? No holes?
Tail goes in, hits it with the bang stick, and to my surprise, it was so close to my boat that it sounded like he had shot a hole through the side of my boat. So we all kind of stood there for a second and we were like, holy shit, are we good? Are there no holes or anything? And there was a little bit of water in my boat, so I really wasn't sure if that had already been in there or if it was coming in. Regardless, we now had a dead gator on the end of the line, and but we had heard that these gators, like, they have these reflexes that still work after they're dead, and that if you touch like the inside of their mouth, they still have that reflex where they slam shut on you. So, you know, everybody says once you do kill a gator, once you hit them with the bang stick, you got to tape their mouth shut so you don't accidentally end up getting chomped by them.
How the f do you want to do that?
Baby,
Reach in there, pull the
babe,
hook out.
I need you to hold him up.
Oh no.
I need to reach underneath him.
No, do not do that.
Well, this is the only way to deal with him. Okay.
I don't like this.
I don't like that his eyes are still open.
Me neither.
Okay, I'm holding him shut. Remember, they don't have any strength to open.
They don't?
No, they don't.
They cannot open their mouths very strongly. Just wrap the f out of that f***ing mouth. Go behind the hook too. Just f***ing tape that shit up.
We're using the
Woo!
rope. Let's go.
Yeah.
More tape, baby. Yeah. Are you recording this shit?
Obviously.
Hell yeah.
All right. This is Swamp and Stomp. figuring this shit out. We have no clue what we are doing. This was a fucking disaster. All right, I think that's enough tape, dude. But we got a gator.
We got him.
We got a fucking gator.
He wasn't the biggest and he wasn't the smallest, but he put up a fight.
He's not small.
He's not little.
He put up a fight.
10 foot?
10 foot. All right. I think he needs...
Pull that harpoon thing out. Can you pull that harpoon thing
I
out?
can't pull it out. It's in him. It's 2 inches in him.
Right.
Every bit of it.
Oh my god.
Oh. Got that? Shit. It would come right out if you put some pressure on it.
Man. I think it's not a bad shot.
Oh, fuck. Oh, thank God it's just on the shield. There's a treble hook in his tail, just so you guys know. Can you pull his head towards your feet? Ah, sure.
Yeah, you sure will.
See, that was hooked in there pretty good.
That is in there pretty good.
Anyway, so then we were able to throw this gator in the boat, and we felt like we were on top of the world. We had this thing figured out. Obviously, we were experts now.
Not a, if I had a fit, can you pull him just a little bit more so I can get his tail under this bar?
Yeah,
Are you filming, babe? Yeah. Yeah, put it right between his legs. Damn, look at all that meat right there. He might not be the biggest, but he is healthy. Man, I'm f***ing stoked.
We got
one more.
dude.
We
got one more.
Yeah. What, are we going for another one right now?
No. We going back now to assess the water damage, or are we?
No,
well,
there ain't no water damage.
I think we need to get him out of
We
here.
need another bullet. We don't need.
We have 4
I
bullets.
have 4
No,
bullets
he
with
brought
me.
more.
Then let's go kill another gator.
So on the way back to the car, we're looking for more gators, and we didn't manage to hook into any of them. But that's okay. We were planning on coming back the next day, and we did just that. Now this first gator we measured up, and it was missing a piece of its tail, but it measured up at 6'8". We figured it was about a 7-footer, maybe a little over 7 foot if it had all of its tail. We decided the second gator had to be over 8 feet. That was the goal. So we set out, and we figured we got this thing figured out. We know exactly what to do. So we went straight past the levee thing. We went straight to the canal, launched the boats, started paddling along, and nothing worked. There was no gators to be found. We weren't able to snag any of them. We were out there for a solid 2 hours with nothing to show for it. We did manage to hook into one, and it was pretty small. It was really feisty. It was hard to catch up to it. When I finally got the hand line set into it, it came free. It ripped out, and on the way out, it caught the fishing line and ripped that out too. So gator was gone. So with our tail tucked between our legs, we went back to the truck and had to regroup. So this time we were like, all right, let's go back to the levee thing. Let's try that. So we started driving along the levee. We're starting to cast at gators again. It's a lot harder now that it's dark because we're making super long casts, and all you can see is a pair of eyes with your little red headlamp. So that was relatively difficult. And it was like 11:30, and I remember telling Bree, I was like, if we're not hooked up on a gator by midnight, I'm calling it quits. I'm heading home. None of us really thought it was going to happen anymore. And in fact, I had already kind of given up. I was sitting down like on the side of the levee, just kind of chilling, waiting until other people were over it. And Dom calls me on my cell phone, and he's like, yo, I'm hooked up. Hell yeah. So we race over to where he's at. He's a couple 100 yards down the levee. We get there with the trucks, and we launch the John boat real quick because it's super light and easy to launch. And Dom hands off the fishing rod to Dell, and me and Dell get in the John boat, and we start going out to this gator. Now this gator's going crazy. It's like dragging us up and down this canal. Meanwhile, we're still just hooked in with a fishing rod. So we wanted to get that hand line in as quick as possible. Eventually it managed to calm down, and I guess I had learned a thing or two about how to hand line from the night before, because I think within like 3 tries I was hooked into that gator with the hand line.
So do we have a hand line in him or no? Oh, well, okay. So what do we just gotta bang it, huh?
Well, should I start lifting so we can get a look at him?
Let's get a look at him.
Figure out what we're hooked into?
Yeah, I don't think he's that big, but
He feels significantly heavier.
He doesn't like that. That's not a compliment. You called him fat.
Finally, it starts to calm down, and just like the last time, we were like, let's get that second hand line in, because once we did that last time, it was game over. So we're trying to get this hand line in, and we're struggling. It's significantly deeper in this canal, and the angle of the hook just isn't that good. Finally, Dom comes up with a good idea, and he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lift up on the hand line that's already in it, so that the gator kind of like picks up off the floor a bit. That way, that second hook can kind of swing underneath him, give it a better chance to get hooked in. As soon as he did that, I think it took me 2 tries to get hooked in. Again, I hooked it right in the shoulder. Man, when I hooked in with that second hand line, all hell broke loose. This gator lost it.
Holy smokes, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I'm in his arm.
Woo, baby. See me.
Banged him right there. That's what I was thinking, man. I didn't see his head, but
I honestly think we could just cut the fishing line off.
should we?
I think we should. It's in the way.
It's not doing anything.
It's in the way.
Cut that shit. Cool, I'll be ready with the bang stick.
Alright, you're the bang.
Don't shoot a hole in on my boat
Yeah,
now,
please.
please.
Don't f***ing shoot a hole.
I ain't shooting holes in nobody.
We're hooked in good now.
God.
Oh God.
Tail.
Finally, it calms down. We're like, all right, let's lift it up, get the bang stick on him. And this is when we realize this thing is a beast.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He's right there. There's his head.
Can you? I just feel like, hold on, don't bang him yet. I feel like we need to turn him around.
Off.
I feel like we need to turn him around. I think you need to take this one. I think the person banging needs to be coming from the other side.
All right, here.
Unless you want to bang from that boat, but.
Bring closer.
Alright, I'm putting the first safety back on.
Bring what closer?
I'll get closer to him so we can switch lines.
Alright, I can't get anything just yet.
Dom, you gotta pull.
Fuck. Okay. You got it?
Hang on.
Oh, you're hanging on?
Honestly, Del, you might want to grab that hand line and pull it into yourself.
Yeah, I might do that.
Whoa, don't lean.
Take a... Alright, safety's up. What the
There it is. I think I just felt him go very limp.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Woo!
This is a dead gator.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah!
Yeah! Del's the man! Del is the man!
Did you hit the spot, dude?
I hit the spot.
Alright, you can grab his legs. Get better grip on those. Del, can you grab the tail?
Sure
Grab
can.
the tail, I'll grab the leg. Mark, grab a leg. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. You know, we could just grab my tow rope tied to the truck and drag
Let's do that one more time.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. Ready? 1, 2. Every time we do that, his face is so close to my foot.
Yeah.
Alright, should we tape him?
Yeah, tape him.
Alright. You guys ready with the tape?
Let me get some of this off.
God, his head's so much bigger.
Right before the tornado's coming in the rain.
Alright, I'm happy.
Are you ready?
Yep. I need to be right where you're at, so you're going to have to take a step that way.
We'll go.
Alrighty.
Don't try this
Look at
at
how
home.
Crazy on it. Go crazy on it. Dude, this one is so much bigger. Go a little further down. This is the last tag. We don't need that tape anymore. Okay.
Oh, his foot's moving.
All right.
Oh.
All right, let's get that out. Yeah. All right, let's roll his ass over. Get a good look at him. Hell yeah. Where'd you
Look at
stick
that
him?
shot,
Oh,
man.
perfect shot, dude.
Nice.
Should we cut the spine?
I can't,
Yeah, we should cut the spine.
Yep.
Can you see it?
I mean, I don't think he's f***ing moving, dude.
Get it right there. Alright. Woo! 9 foot 5.5.
Awesome.
Alright.
All right.
Anyway, it was a really cool experience. I'm really glad. I'm really appreciative that Dom invited me to come out with him so that we could experience this. I am now hooked on gator hunting. It was so much fun. Next season I'll definitely be applying for tags again and hopefully getting out and doing the same thing. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved, everybody that helped out. It was a really good time. Alright, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning into the Swamp Stomp YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you do that now. If you like the content of this video, of course, give us a thumbs up.
Babe!
Yeah, babe, I've been waiting for you for hours. Let's go! Alright, I gotta wrap things up. As always, stay safe, be diligent, and good luck in the woods, guys.